Hi everyone, my name is Erwan. It's a very pleasure to be here with you today, just for a small talk. Like Rudy said, I'm sorry about that, but I have also a French accent, and I hope it will not be problematic for all of us. If you don't hear me correctly, or if I speak too fast or badly, please tell me and I will slow down. Just a few slides for presenting myself. My name is Erwan, and I am the Vice President of International Growth for a cloud company called Clever Cloud. We are a data sovereignty cloud based on the platform as a service. We do the same stuff as AWS or Microsoft Azure or Google GCP, but better and costless. And I'm not a developer. Personally, I do study in biology, and for my fun and stuff, I do a lot of hacking, white hat, of course. And life brings me on informatic career path, but I always have in mind data sovereignty and privacy by design. Why? Because there is no cloud. Cloud is just the computer of another person. You run your stuff on it. So where is my data? What they will do with my data? And how I can, if I need so, retake my data and delete over there. And when you start asking this kind of question, you will see there is no straight answer about that. So I love to say I am a little bit paranoid, always thinking where is my data and how I can do my stuff. And the reality is I'm a bit older now, but 20 years ago, when you have a movie, you go to the store, you brought your DVD, and the DVD is your own. When you buy an album, music album, you have the CD, and the CD is your own. You possess this music. Now, you have to rent your movie, you have to rent your music, you have to rent your digital life. And with that, you lose the possibility to have access to your own digital and proper life. When a movie or a government or whatever says this movie should not exist in our country, it will be destroyed of the platform services and you will never see it freely. We see that in a recent episode with the Trump administration deleting a lot of books from libraries because they think we need to have the proper way to educate children or stuff like that. Knowledge is the base of humanity and our civilization. So how we can, in this digital economy, protect ourselves and make available to ourselves our own data and our own movie, what I bought 20 years ago. And I don't want to pay again and again and again. And I don't want to have advertising or increase of cost because I just using a services. So there is no easy way to do it. The only way I found myself to do it is self-hosting. But self-hosting may be scared because I need time to do it. I need to find the right software. I need to be sure the security is well done. And at the end of the day, I don't want to have to maintain and manage like 200 services just to own my privacy. So a few years ago, to make a proof of concept, I imagined how I can build a stack for growing day by day, month by month, my digital life back. So the idea is to create a Homelab securing all the ingress network coming in it, do a small orchestration to manage easily which services is connected to what and talk each other in a separate network, have a huge implementation of my own network to avoid advertising, cookies and stuff like that, to be sure I protect every device on my own network. I don't want to have to go in each laptop, in each smartphone to say, okay, this extension you need to Firefox or to Chrome or stuff like that. But something connect on the network and everything is set up for you. And the idea is after that, okay, when I travel all around the world, how I can still have access to this using VPN technology with Telescale. And of course, this represents a huge amount of data, a huge amount of data. I have like 70 terabytes of data for my own privacy. So I need to manage this data. I need to replicate what is really important and permit very easily rescuing the data. So for that, I use a software for my Homelab called Unread. This is an OS for creating an NFS device all in your network. And I used to implement this with ZFS file system, which permits you to use datasets, okay? And use this dataset and move it like it's not a file system, but very like a storage object. And this is really interesting. And after that, of course, when you manage all of these services, you need to have observability, monitoring. So in each services, I put Telegraph or Prometheus exporter, and I see alerting and monitoring inside a Grafana dashboard. I have like 25 different Grafana dashboard just to see what's happening on what. I don't look it every day. I just look it when troubles occurs. So that's the main idea. If we see, I will not list the like 200 services I host for myself because it will be pretty boring and you have better things to do. But just to give you a small snapshot of what I use for everything very important, from password management, CCTV cameras at home, AI recognition for the CCTV and stuff like that, domotics, media. Every aspect of my digital life is in a stack. If I can find open source services permit me to do the same things that Spotify or Netflix or whatever, I will try it, and if the stack is good, I will implement it in the long term. Just to give you a small snapshot, this is my home network. This is all the stuff I have in my home, the IoT device, and just this part is all the Docker's stack which is run. So just to give you a small snapshot, you have 4 VLAN networking in the house, and each network is gapped separately and permit access with the firewall to the correct services. But no more in depth. So for a few stacks, just to help you illustrate it better, we use a lot of cloud for our photograph, especially iCloud or Google Drive or OneDrive from Microsoft or stuff like that. There is for a long time now a great software called Nextcloud. The Nextcloud Hub will give you a lot of software and add-ons to permit you. But in core, The idea is to do the same thing as a Google Drive. So every pictures of my family, from my parents, from my brothers, and stuff like that, all my family are connected to my cloud to save our family photography, to save our family videos and stuff like that. Why? It's because one day, maybe Google Drive will have a problems, and my childhood pictures, beautiful childhood pictures, will be destroyed. How I can manage to recover that? Maybe my phone will broke as well. So where will my photography will go? With Nextcloud, everything is automated, and when I take a pictures, it's already sent to my Nextcloud program. And I have AI help me to do face recognition and help me to manage album and stuff like that automatically. This is a really good software, a really good stack. And if you had only Office or code, which is a LibreOffice on the web, you can have all the stuff you have in a Google Workplace with email, calendar, photograph files, and also documents managing. This is a really good stack. And because everything is on the ZDFS dataset, I have a script managing to clone every day the cloud stack to another ZDFS server at my parent house. For my media stack, which is one of my most important stack because I'm a movie hungry and I love movies and music and stuff like that. I have what we call the R stack, ARR. What is that? It's just a collection of software helps you manage your digital library of media. So you have at the beginning Sonar, which is for TV show, Radar, which is for movie, Radar, which is for books, and LiDAR, which is for music. And you have one software to unify them, it's Prolar. Prolar is aimed to do one thing. See what you have, see what you missed, go on the web, scrap the web, and try to get the file you missed. In Europe, we have a law called private copy. When I have buy a movie, I am allowed to digital copy it on my own computer if I not redistribute it and I not sell it. This is my own private copy. And we pay taxes for that in France. Each time we buy a hard disk, each time we buy a blank CD or DVD or whatever, we pay a tax for digital private copy. So I am allowed, by law, to manage all my movie as I want if I pay, of course, one time the movie or one time this album of music. This is not for piracy, but for using. And what is great with that is because Sonar, for example, for TV show, manage my calendar, grab the good TV show I look, see what I like and propose me new TV show or new movies or new music. And at the end, everything is pushed to my Kodi media server, and on my TV, I have one unified, advertise-free access to all my digital media life. And in half a day, you can develop your own stack and be, how to say that, free to use and consume your own device. And when I'm on travel like now, I have the Plex media server as well which permit me to, like Netflix, stream all my data on my phone or on my computer or on my tablet, on the plane or whatever. So this is a very interesting stack. The second most important stack in my house is domotics, because I really love to not move my house from the couch, especially when I look a movie. So if I can control everything in the house with one button of my phone, it will be great. So just for fun, I developed a lot of small electronic cards to hack some parts of my house. Even my couch is hacked to permit the control of the motors of the couch. And everything using at its core the Home Assistant software, which is open source software, and it acting like a hub to connect everything you have on your house, light, covers, climate control or whatever, and it's allow you in one single interface with API to access and manage automatization. I use Node-RED to program visually all the sequential of my automatization, and I use Frigate for managing all the CCTV inside and outside the house. And for a lot of stuff I always try to find local host solution. For example, for my light at my home, I use a Philips Hue bridge. You know, the Philips color light bulb. You have just to screw, and after that you can manage from your phone. But this is a cloud solution. Every time I use a light, Philips know it. This is a lot of metadatas. And metadatas, we never see it or really understand it, but at the end, they know where I am, what I do, in which room, every day. For them, they don't care. But for the people who sell this data from them, this is really interesting, because they know from maybe 20 p.m. For 9 p.m. to midnight, I am on my living room. And between midnight and 2 a.m., I am in my office working and stuff like that. So they know how my lifestyle is. And for people advertising, this is really important, because they know my lifetime, they know what I do. So even if it's just a light bulb, I always try to imagine and try to understand, okay, what kind of data is linked to just a fucking light bulb and what they do with it. Because of course they do something with it. They grab the data. And when you look the CGU, you see it. This data will sell to a third party. And you never know which is the third party. So that's why it's very interesting to always put you in the mindset of a paranoid person and try to imagine, okay, what is the worst case scenario will happen from that. Few other stack I have is AI and development stack, because I do a lot of AI right now. This is really a new digital revolution, industrial revolution, and this is very interesting to see what we can do from that. And of course, when you use ChatGPT or Cloud Anthropic or something like that, you see how they see how you think. They see how you try to get your work done and what happened to your proprietary intellectuality about that. So I run a lot of my AI in local LLM with a small GPU, NVIDIA 2080 from like 5 years ago. And it's just enough for a small usage of person. I don't need a hard crash compute NVIDIA B200 just to manage it. The The idea is, with a lot of this AI, is to have voice control of my house. To say, okay, maybe it's little hot in my office. And automatically, this is prompt to the AI. And the AI say, okay, maybe I close the cover, shut down the heating, or maybe turn on the AC. I don't know. But see what we can manage to do. And I have a lot of passion in my life, especially with what I call the role-playing, tabletop role-playing game. And for a lot of my friends, we use Foundry VTT, which is a software you can self-host yourself to manage all your role-playing game parties like Roll20, but on your own servers. And because I do a lot of 3D printing as well, I have my own digital asset management, just to avoid to have a folder on my computer disk with all my 3D files looking back and forth to find something. I have put everything in a software called Manifold and permit me to access to all my digital 3D files and access it very quickly and easily. So now we see a lot of things. We see a huge complex architectures. How I can manage it with one job, very time consuming and a very busy life. So the idea of this project was, okay, I have 1 hour every Sunday at the morning. I need to use this hour to do all my maintenance, updates, security check, and stuff like that easily. And for that, I really enjoy to using Docker technology. It is not the best technology of the world, but it worked for me. And because everything is on a stack in Docker Compose, I can easily manage with a tool like Partners to repull new images and redeploy the stack. So I have 20 stack, 20 buttons to click, 1 hour is done. After that, just a regression check to see if nothing is broken. Because at the end, I have only one server, but I have only one client, me. If something broke, it's not the end of the day. I will fix it later. It's not a problem for something not working when it's you, the only client. When you make a production service with 2,000 clients, yeah, it's a problem and you cannot manage things like that. But when it's for your own, it's really easy. After that, I check quickly the Grafana to see if they have phenomena I can see. I make sure storage is okay and stuff like that. My idea right now is not to say to you, okay, this is the right technology stack to use. My goal is to say to you, okay, understand the philosophy of why is this important to self-host your privacy, to self-host your own data. And after that, look for the technology you can master and use it. Me, I'm using Docker because it's deadbolt easy for something like me. But if someone are more used to use Kubernetes, please do Kubernetes. You want to do VM, do a lot of micro VM. At the end, it's the same stuff. You just have to make rules to make sure VM can talk each other and not from network to another. And basically, in a nutshell, use the technology you can easily manage and update and upgrade in the long term. And after that, add more and more services. Right now, I am in 221 services hosting at home, including databases, Redis cache, and stuff like that. Even for my own cryptocurrency, I use a basic swap self-host technology to make my exchange and not using a commercial marketplace to do my exchange. So that's the idea. At home, I have only one server. It's a very old server from 10 years ago. So it's not a powerful computer. I have only 256 gigabytes of memories, 64 core of CPU, and 12 terabytes hard disk, 8 SSD disk of 1 terabyte. Because something really great with Unread is you can say with ZFS, okay, I have a lot of space in my RAM, use it as storage. After that, use the SSD for quick access, quick recording. And later, when there are no activity or no need, move data from the SSD to the disk, the old and slow disk you have. And this is very important because when I look a movie, it takes the movie, put it on the RAM of the media center directly from the Unread servers. And it's very fast, especially when you look HDR 8K movie. You need to be fast on your network and on your compute. So the philosophy of owning your own data is not a kink of a paranoid person, but I think it's a question everybody should ask at the end of the day. Yes, using services, especially free services like Google Drive or OneDrive or whatever, it's easy, fast, and agnostic. So everybody can use it, even my aunt, which never touched a computer in her life. But at the end of the day is, what are my data? What they will do with my data? And I try to host all the services I can see, from password management, media and stuff like that. There is only one stack I has never been able to fully digitize and self-host is the email. The cornerstone of our digital life, email, is very hard to self-host. Of course, I can bring a server up. This is not very complicated. But in the long term of use, how I can send an email which will be trusted by anti-spam services from Google, from Microsoft, or whatever. So this is very complicated. I try many services, but at the end of the day, this is the only stack I cannot manage myself. So if you have any idea, I will be very glad to hear here. But at the end, the idea is not no cloud. It's just to have the knowledge of the cloud. Where is the data? How they use it? For example, I work for a cloud company at Clever Cloud. Because we are European, GDPR and data privacy, it's not an option. It's a regulation by law. In Europe, I cannot use your data. So I'm sure with Clever Cloud, when I put my data on Clever Cloud, zero data will be accessible from Clever Cloud. Even our technical guy with the hand on the computer cannot see the data because everything is fully encrypted. The network is fully encrypted. But even that, should I put my services, my own life on this kind of cloud? For some services, yes. For very private, no. So This is the idea of this presentation, is not to be a fully list of everything you can host yourself, but just to say self-hosting may be intimidating, but I'm not a developer. I'm not a cloud architecture engineer. I'm just a small guy with old servers, and I managed to do it myself in a few weeks. And I spend 1 hour per week to maintain it and secure it. So I hope with this kind of intervention, you have more vision of what you can do by yourself, for yourself. And if you have any question, I think we have time for a few questions. And of course, if someone is interested, I can share my Docker Compose stack or good and few tips as well. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Erwan. Do you have any questions? We have like 10 minutes for questions.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Hi, that was
Hi.
very interesting. How long did it take for you to set this up and how to make sure you're always...
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Okay. So I think it's really interesting how you set up your own cloud, but how long did it take for you to set this up? First question. And the second one, how do you make sure you constantly keep it updated, so that it's not going out of... You said you do a 1 hour, Sunday maintenance, but is that enough to keep all the stacks on time and stuff?
It will be difficult for me to answer how long it takes to me because I will not put the 21 stack in one go. At the beginning, I just starting with domotic and home stack. After that, I put the media stack. But when I set up Unread, and every component of the network and stuff like that, it takes me 1 week of vacation. And at the end, maybe 2 weeks to create all the stack because I found a lot of documentation on the internet. I have AI to help me. So this is the first thing. Honestly, at the Cumulate, I think 1 month will be the correct mindset to, from the ground up, to build everything. But because everything was fragmented and diluted in time, it's just, hard guessing, I will say. But it will not, how to say that in English? Sorry for my French sometime. I have a plenty full life, so I have friends to have to drink and stuff like that. So I have few times in my life, but even with that, I manage to create everything. And for the maintenance, for the 21 stack, 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, everything is done because I have on Portainer 21 stack. I click on one, click the upgrade button, wait 5 minutes, he pull the new image from Docker registry. After that, I will check if everything is working okay. And when I say I check, I just wait with a coffee if Grafana or Portainer send me an alarm to say service unavailable or unhealthy check is provided. And for the security, I have the firewall and the CrowdSec and all the software in Cascade just to provide me security. And my network is split in half. You have the services which are accessible from the outside of the house, but for the majority of the services, they are LAN access only, local access network only. So the security of this part is less considering, but even that, I put a key clock in front. A key clock is a SSO gateway before it. So even if it's in the local network, you need the correct password, the correct OTP to access to the services. So that's the idea. I answer your question? Thank you.
Is there any more questions? Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Any hypervisor?
No, no hypervisor. The only OS I have is unread OS. And the very interesting thing of this OS is in the USB drive. So I have fully backup. If I have one corruption of the file system, I just have to swap the USB disk and Bob is your uncle, and after that you jump. After that, it will only be Docker running through containers to access and manage all the stack. Of course, I can do it with CLI, but web interface, it's better, but no interface. But with Unread, you have the possibility to host with key VM the micro VM if you need it. So I choose Docker, but you can choose VM as well.
Thank you for the talk. It was really interesting since I was considering to install my own Nextcloud, and now you appeared with this talk in my life. My question is, what about people who cannot own their own servers? Like people on the move, digital nomads, that kind of stuff. Because, you know, crossing boards with single board computers or mini PCs can create some hell in your integration. And yeah, my question is, are UPS services trustworthy? And if not, what can I use to establish my own system?
Great question, because I'm a digital nomad life. When you work as international growth, you are citizen of the world, and I am always outside of my house. But if you cannot have a servers, maybe your parents' house can have a server. Yeah, for like 10 years, I use the electricity of my parents to run my first server. And now the server is still running just with an TrueNAS server, because I use Unread, but I use also a TrueNAS just for fun. ZFS compatible. And I have a script putting all the data from my server to the server of my parents at their home to make the backup. But you can use any motherboard, not computer, but any motherboard whenever you can to use it. If you use available cloud from big provider like Clever Cloud or AWS or whatever, it will be possible, but with Nextcloud, I encourage yourself to install the plugin for fully encrypted the data on the server side. This will be slowing a lot of stuff, but privacy is important. You can also do the solution of having like a laptop on yourself, and which will be your nomad Homelab. You will bring, and with a big disk, it will be manageable, and you put it on a local access network like peer-to-peer connection, and I think it should work as well perfectly. Because at the end, all the DNS is managed by my Pi-hole services. If you don't know Pi-hole, I really encourage yourself to use it. It's something you put on your network as a DNS server, and it will kill every fucking advertising. I hate advertising. I hate how internet become a big billboard of advertising. I want to destroy everything. So Pi-hole, it's also my DNS at home, and a lot of my services I access to mycloud.com is already directed by Pi-hole and accesses. So you have, in your case, few possibilities, more expensive and easy and more complicated, but the answer maybe in the middle ground, like always in this kind of situation. But we can talk after that with a coffee and see what can be do. That's the beautiful with informatics. You can do one thing with lot of technology and lot of solution.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Erwan.
Thank you.
That's it. Thank you for your talk. We can applaud him. Thanks.